The Senate has proposed a bill on immigration right now, and I was wondering what your take is on this Senate bill for immigration as opposed to what the House proposed.
Talk about the state Senate plan.
The state Senate bill, right?
That bill came across last session. Can everybody hear the question? I want to make sure if everybody knows.
No, please.
She asked about our thoughts on the immigration bill that came over from the state Senate to the state House. That bill came over last year. 3 bills were sent from the House to the Senate. Last week or the week before, honestly, I don't remember. We sent back the Senate bill and a House bill that's stronger than the bill the Senate sent over. It's a 16-part bill. It covers many areas from extension of state benefits to folks that are here illegally. It talks about employers and what they've got to do when they hire somebody. It gives employees the right of action against employers if they lose their job, if they're hiring somebody or they have somebody illegally. It deals with people who bid on state projects and the bid process they have to submit, verifying the legality of their workforce. I think it's a great first step. But we're fooled if we think that the state of South Carolina alone can fix this problem. There are things that we can do at the state level. But one thing we have yet to do, one thing that's part of this bill, calls for an agreement between the state of South Carolina and the Department of Homeland Security. Because all we can do in the state of South Carolina is punish the South Carolinian. We can't punish the person who's here illegally without some type of agreement between the state and the federal government. So the most important part of that bill is entry into that agreement, into that memorandum of understanding, which I hope will happen very soon between the State Attorney General, the Director of SLED, and the Department of Homeland Security. I think it's a good first step, but I'm not going to stand here and say we've solved the problem, because we can't solve it alone. Washington has got it.
What is your opinion?
Well, I haven't seen the final bill. I know that what Scott's talking about going back and forth between the House and the Senate. I have been told that in one of the bills, there's a proviso where local law enforcement cannot enforce laws separate than what the state has, and it's supposed to protect employers when it comes to executing the law. But I'm against that. I think that if Chuck Wright wants to come here in Spartanburg and make it a lot less pleasant for illegal immigrants, I'm all for it.
Can I follow up on that? Or are you finished? Go ahead. But here's the fallacy in that. You don't solve the problem. If Chuck Wright can do something in Spartanburg County, they move to Union County. They move to Cherokee County. So as a state, we have got to do something statewide.
I want something statewide, but I don't want to scrap local law enforcement. If they want to take it in their own hands and impose these laws, and these people are here illegal and they're breaking the law in Spartanburg County. If Spartanburg County wants to discourage them, I'm all for that. If Greenville County wants to discourage them, now I agree the state needs to do something as a whole, but I'm not going to strap the hands of local law enforcement. But I will tell you that Georgia's done something, North Carolina's working, Oklahoma's working, illegal immigrants are leaving. So I think what we need to do is give them the least pleasant environment possible, and they'll leave.
I have also heard that the punishment for the hiring of illegal aliens will only amount to approximately a 5% penalty. Is that correct? And do you not feel that that is just putting a Band-Aid over a gaping wound? I'd like to find out if y'all think that.
I haven't seen the actual bill what the percentage is, and they're going back from the House to Senate, so I'm not sure what the amount is. So I think 5%. Here's what I believe: in business, people do things to compete, and it's not fair for folks that are going to color outside the lines and do things that are illegal and wrong not to be punished, and the punishment should be severe. Because here's a guy that's from one landscaping company that's hiring people that are legal, that's doing the right thing, and he's got to compete with this other guy who's hiring illegals. And it's just not right. So we've got to come in as a government. I mean, we're a country that has laws, and we have to observe the rule of law. And I'm for severe penalties for employers that knowingly hire illegal aliens.
Right now, it does read 5%. The bigger picture there is, if you do that, it's a state contract with forever forbidden, as I understand it, from bidding again. So it basically puts somebody out of business that would be in that line of work to start.
Only in state contract.
State contract.
Yeah, so they could function in a business community other than the state contract.
They would still have to pay that.
5%.